Today on my channel, Planner Friends, let's get into my mini happy planner and set her up for October. I can't believe I'm saying October, but this year has been quite the year, hasn't it? So let's have some creative fun. We're going to use some stickers. I may or may not use some inking. I'm not sure yet, but you know what? Pull a cup of something up and let's get caught up and let's have some fun, friends. Please stay tuned. Hello, planner friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm One Crafty Dolo. My name is Dolores, and welcome to me and my creativity. And hopefully, I'll inspire you both creatively and just lifting you up a bit today. That's always my goal. If you're new, subscribe. Why not? It's free, as they say. Really, we have a wonderful, lovely group of people here. Who brighten my day, certainly. So if we can brighten yours, we would love to. And if you are one of my subscribers and you're commenting and you're liking, oh gosh, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, thank you. Alrighty, so we are heading into October, which is hard to imagine. This is this current week. Here, let me take my clippy off. And I'll just show you how we've been doing this. This little mini is a lot of joy for me. These boxes here that I used all month were an old sticker kit that I hadn't used. I'm embarrassed to think of how long I had it. It was from the Fat Cat Designs. I then added in some Agenda 52 stickers. I stenciled boxes this time. I thought that would be a fun, easy thing to do, and it is, and I highly recommend it. And then I added in bits of washi that I had. And again, these were that kit. I thought they were perfect for kind of back to school. Where I lived most of my life was the East Coast, where school started in September. When you get out of there and you see, hey, wait, everybody else starts in August, it's quite the revelation. This solid washi is Dollar Tree washi, and these little friends here, as I like to call them, they're from the Fat Cat Designs as well. I love her shop. Sushi, it's just pretty. Binge watching, yeah. So I think this came out really nicely, if I say so myself. I really am happy with it, and it's cheerful. So here we are this week. So far this week, so good. And now we have to go into October. Once in a while I do this. I'm debating whether I want to or not. I really don't use them monthly. So why don't we pull out some of these and we can do, I feel like inking a little bit today. So this planner, first off, it's just a Folk and Flora planner. I found a great site on Etsy. She makes covers. So I purchased this cover. I use this one most of the year, but now that it's chilly, I thought this little friend in the scarf would be good. I'll link her below. And I just fell in love with it. I have entered what I call my mini happy planner era. I think the mini is, let me move my happy planner mug. I didn't even know they had a mug until I'd gone through their sale pages. This mat is from scrapbook.com. It's well loved, shall we say. So yeah, let's add a little bit of ink, I think. So these are inks I picked up at Joann's. Are you still sad about Joann's? Because I am. It's just one of many. So these were really saturated colors. I think I'm going to start with green, then go to the orange, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, we'll start with green today. It's either green or I have other ink that's goldenrod, but we'll probably use that for next week. So, I use this planner for a long time. I used personal planners for our home and our life. And then I used an A5, which is a great size. Honestly, I love A5s. I know some people don't like the rings. I like the rings. I'm the weirdo who likes the rings. And for me, switching into the mini, I was like, well, I don't know. I had looked at mini happy planners for years. No exaggeration. I'm one of those. Are you one of those? I call them planner peepers because you look at a product, but you don't buy it. Then you look at it again and you don't buy it, and so on and so on. And that's been me with these. I had been looking at the minis for a long time. And then finally last year, something just clicked. I don't know. Everybody probably tried the minis years ago, and I'm always behind, but I'm okay with that. Anyway, so yes, now I use this as my home planner, any appointments, things of that nature, phone calls, bills, dinner out, meals, that type of thing. And it's a nice base. I like horizontal layouts. I always have. My first planner was a horizontal, and that just kind of something about, how do I want to say it? There's just something there you can write. For me, I feel like my writing fits in easier than in verticals, if that makes sense. That doesn't mean from time to time I don't use a vertical. I do like sometimes to switch things up. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like the horizontal. It's always been my favorite. Anyway, so how are you doing today, friends? Are you ready to tackle a new month? Sometimes I think I am, and sometimes I'm like, maybe not. I don't know. You know what? I think I am going to grab the goldenrod because I believe this month has 5 weeks in it. So if we do the green to goldenrod to orange to these other colors, I think that might work. Let me just run and grab it, friends. Okay, and this is an old goldenrod archival. So I need to flip this, and we'll do I think we'll get 2 weeks done in here. Why not? At least decorated. If not, I don't think I'll plan both weeks. I don't like to do that, but yeah. Anyway, I just like inking a lot because I feel like it adds so much to the planners. I really do. I think that it just, first off, it's cost effective for decorating. You can add the pops of color over and over again. You just need to get the supplies. I do sometimes use the portable applicators, but by and large, I like these, which you can find on Amazon. I have a list on Amazon just because it's easier to send you there instead of linking everything below, but you can click on the link and find these applicators there. And sometimes I find inks on Amazon pretty reasonably priced. I'm all about doing everything as low cost as possible because, yeah, we have to save money, don't we? It seems to me that by and large, grocery prices have not really come down. Here and there, I mean, eggs are better than they were for a bit there, but, why spend money you don't have to? And I think we're going to leave this here. And yeah, I think that works. Alrighty, so we got those first 2 weeks inked. Sorry, I have light coming in here. I use natural light, and it is what it is. So I've got this kit from Chrissy Ann Designs, which is really pretty, and I've been holding on to it. It came early September, and I thought it would be perfect for October. So I just held it. This is their journaling sticker subscription kit, and I do love it. I think her kits are wonderful. Her stickers are wonderful. They're really high quality. So let's start by adding some dates, shall we? Oh, and I grabbed this washi from Simply Gilded that I've had for a bit now. So yeah, let's get in here and let's add some dates, shall we, friends? Anyway, I guess what I wanted to talk to you today was about, hear me out. Okay, so now October often means the start of the holiday season. And however that looks to you, oh wait, I don't have, these are, I don't want to take the dates off of here. Maybe I'll use something smaller, sorry. The holiday season, all right. Some people like celebrating Halloween, some people don't. Some people obviously celebrate, those are still too big. Oh dear, what am I gonna do here? Sorry, I didn't mean to make this, a thing. Look, all I'm saying to you, friend, is that you're about to embark, whether you participate or not, holidays are coming. How's that? And so, oh heck with it, I'll find numbers. I'm just gonna put these in. Oh, that works. So how do we, the collective we, keep our wits about us heading into the holidays, and what tips and tricks can you recommend to me, and what can I recommend to you? And so that's what I really wanted to talk to you about today. Some people love to decorate and go all out for Halloween. Some decorate for fall. That's me. I decorate for autumn. And some people then, of course, there's the Thanksgiving in the States. Then there's Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever you're celebrating, right? And then there's New Year's. And so October, in my mind, seems to herald in the new season and all the holidays. And so I'm like, how are we going to do that? What are we going to do? How do I do it and not get overwhelmed by all of it? So that's really my question for you and for me. And I can tell you, this year is going to be very odd for our family. My mother passed away. And so now there's a hole in, there's a hole and there's a gap in our family now. And there always will be going forward. So how are we going to navigate this? And what are we going to do? Okay, so I have a few tips and ideas. And truthfully, some of them do come from my mom, which I'm grateful for her lessons, and I'm grateful to share them with you. And first off, there's something that I say all the time, and I want you to know I mean it, but I think I don't always adhere to it. I do mostly, but my saying how I encapsulate things my mother taught us was little things matter. And what I mean by that, okay, I am a tea drinker. Today I'm just drinking some Lipton black tea. I drink all kinds of tea, from matcha to, herbal to whatever. I guess what I'm saying to you is, for me, when I go out, just stopping and treating myself to a really nice tea, a London fog, or maybe it's just an Earl Grey with steamed milk. Now, I have a milk warmer and frother. I do it at home. But sometimes just going out and getting tea out helps my mental state, and it calms me no matter where I am and what I'm doing. So let's go into October, if you'll join me in this, with the idea of little things matter and we can treat ourselves. What I've done in the past, and I intended to do it in September, but I'm just getting used to a new norm in my life, so I didn't do it, was every week I would create a list, and I want to do it this week with you, called Little Things Matter. And what items am I going to do? What am I going to do for myself in the week to bring little bits of everyday joy? Okay, how can I do that? So I think that we will work on that together, okay? And I want to do it because if we start in October, then by the time December rolls around, maybe we'll be in the groove already, and I would very much enjoy that. I just think that would be a really good way to do it. So I want to do a Little Things Matter list with you today. And when you make it work for you, however, and whatever that looks like. Okay, I just went ahead and did this off camera because you don't have to sit here and watch paint dry, as it were. But this idea of this Little Things Matter list. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was, how do we, all of us, what do we do in terms of, how do I want to say it, setting things up for ourselves to make it easier. What do I mean by that? Okay, hear me out. Hear me out, friends. What I mean is, what can I start doing now to make it easier then, if that makes sense. This is a really pretty sticker. It might be too big for down here. I don't know. I like it. So what can I do now to make it easier for myself? So I'm going to share an example. I made soup. I like making soup. It's easy. It's kind of fun. It's something that I really enjoy doing. And so I froze some of it. And I froze some of it just to make it easier for me in a few weeks' time. So I'm looking at recipes that I can make now, freeze, and then tote them out for a busy week or time. So another one that I have on my list, for example, would be lasagna. I love lasagna, and I make a really mean vegetable lasagna. So I thought about that, as you can buy those smaller, not really big, well, depending on the size of your family, those disposable trays that you can buy at the supermarket. And so I want to grab a few of those. They're on my shopping list. My idea is to grab a few of those and to just, bring them in and then make things. Cake. I freeze cake all the time. So here's how I do it. What I do is I take, say I make a bundt cake. That's one of my favorite things to make because they're big, they're easy, you can add so many things into them, right? So I make a bundt cake, and then what I do is I take at least half of it and I wrap it up in parchment paper. And I do that just to, you wrap it up in parchment paper. Now, sometimes I will take individual slices and I wrap those up. Sometimes I just take a hunk of it and wrap it up. And then if I'm doing individual slices, I like to wrap those separately. And then I put them in a freezer bag and I enjoy them that way because I feel like then I pull it out later. So in addition to starting Little Things Matter, let's do that together, I would like you to start thinking about what can you make and freeze and then just pull out later on at some point that maybe it'll help you feel a lot better, if that makes sense. So that was a thought that I had personally, I like that. The cute little scaremint crow. I mean, these are so pretty. These are so darn pretty. I love her stickers. I just do. He's so cute. Hey there, fall. Get it? H-A-Y. They're very punny a lot of times. I think Chrissy Ann and her husband are very witty, and they have these little things they do. Leave me alone, sweater weather. So that's what I was thinking about in terms of what to do. Okay, is let's start now for then. So if you'll join me on the journey, I think you and I can have a lot of fun doing these things. And I want to start now. What can I freeze for 2 or so months that's going to work? And you know what I'm saying. So those were some thoughts I wanted to share with you today because I thought we could really enjoy doing things like that. Now, FYI, I like a lot of white space in my planning. It's just what I do, but it doesn't mean I don't decorate. But it's just something I personally enjoy. These are so cute. I think we should put in should we put in another? Oh my gosh, look at this little friend. Yeah, we're going to put this little friend in, that's for sure. I like the little friends. They're cute. Anyway, so those were some thoughts that I had. I just, do I want to put him up here? He's tall. Kind of limited where I can put him, but he's cute. So those were my ideas, and hopefully you get it and it appeals on some level maybe. The other thing, of course, is if you're sharing gifts with people. If you're not sharing gifts and you can't, or life's just not there for you right now, are you donating gifts? Is there an organization, whether it's Toys for Tots or something like that, that you can purchase earlier and then just kind of get those done and get them in and be happy with those? Just some suggestions. You don't have to do it, obviously, but just some ideas to share with your friends. These are so cute. Like these sticker kits for 1 month have a lot, and I don't even come close to using them all. I just don't, and that's okay. It just, I'm telling you, it's a lot. I'm trying to see, there's always bits and bobs that you can, like, for example, they have these little leaves here, and I think those would be cute. Let's put some of those around here and there. Yeah, okay. Just having fun. And so, yeah, I mean, if you're exchanging, then maybe you have gifts to share with people or not, but just some thoughts there. So I made some soup that I already froze for a few weeks from now, because if you start freezing food now and making things in advance, even if you're not going to use them for the holiday season, what you can do then is simply enjoy them, okay? And say to yourself, hey, you know, I don't feel like cooking tonight, so this is what I'm doing, or that's what I'm doing. And so that's just some thoughts there. Yeah, I actually like this leave me alone. I know it's corny, but I really like it. I think we're gonna put you over here. I almost feel like this is too big and cumbersome there. I'll leave it because I don't feel like, although her stickers, you can easily pick them up. I think this looks good. I'm gonna look at the boxes again. Do I want to add more boxes? No, not necessarily. I feel like I did see something in here. Hold on. Here we go. These are, although I didn't use the washi. Would the washi work? Kind of, not really. I don't think it actually works for these. But look, there's these little tiny little leaf, almost like washi strips kind of. I think we can put some of them in here. Yeah, that works. And I saw another one, didn't I? Yes. Okay. All right, we're getting there, friends. So, yeah, those are some of my pre-holiday tips. I know some people do a lot of entertaining. At this point, we're not. We have a lot going on. We'll be doing a lot of things, but no, we're not entertaining. All right. I want to do this one a little different. Okay, I'm looking at this. This is really cute, and I think I can do maybe something here with this. Yeah, like I can put this up here. I think that works there. Where can I put this? I like this one a lot. It's so big though. How about this one down here? This is a definite. Whoops. I feel like we can put this one either here on the yellow, which I think actually looks good. I'll bring it down a little bit. All right, let's get it straight, shall we? So the other thing I wanted to share with you is if you are purchasing gifts or donations or anything like that, I would strongly suggest looking at places like Prime Days if they have them. I don't even know when they have all the Prime Days, but that would be one suggestion. Another would be, you know, what can you make? That's one thing. I don't know that I'll be able to do that so much this year. I would like to, but I don't think I'll be able to. But I was thinking about what could I possibly make to give people. I've started to work towards my adding sewing in on my channel. And so I think some of that could be a lot of fun. Still not sure yet, but that's okay. Slowly but surely, right? I'm still debating. I thought I saw something else here. Hold on, friends. I don't mean to be a little disorganized. I guess I am a little scattered today, and I apologize for that. These are so darn cute. Okay, I think I'm going to use this little owl you need is fall. I think that's adorable. I think that could be a lot of fun. All you need is fall. Again, they get very punny, and I think it's cute. They do. Up here, I'd like to put something. I don't really want to use too many of these. I do have these colors and then some of these boxes here. I mean, this kit is, does this make sense? It's almost overwhelming. There's so much goodness. You know what? I think we will add in some of these. Since we have the goldenrod here, sweater weather, we can add in a smaller green circle. Yeah. Sometimes if it doesn't work, I just take a beat and do it off camera because I just can't. Sometimes honestly, I just cannot do it. So, okay, hold on. Let's get these grids right as I can. So we moved over the summer and we moved to what I would kindly refer to as snow country. So I'm wondering when the snow is going to start. I'm excited, nervous about it, if that makes sense. I really am. It will start. We know it will start. The question is, of course, when. And so, yeah, I just... So I assume, we lived in this state previously, and I assume the snow is going to come. It used to come like the second week of October when we lived here previously, so I'm assuming something like that is going to happen. We'll see, right? And so that's going to add another, not a wrinkle, that's going to add something else to everything. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put you here. You're adorable, and I love you, and you're my friend, whether you want to be or not. Oh my goodness. I love stickers. I love playing with stickers. Yeah, you get it. If you're here, you understand. I know you do. There's so many to pick from. Let's put you over here. Actually, no, let's put you down here. Okay. Whew. One more owlie. Do we want one more owlie? I wouldn't mind. Maybe a little guy. Like this little one right here. I think that's cute. So cute. And yeah, put you here. This I like, the chai. Is there anything else like it in here? No, but there are the books. There's the comfy chair. There's the sweater. There's a lot in this kit, friends. Oh, a little friend. I think we want the little friend since I have cats. I have 2 tuxedo cats. And so, yeah, let's put him here. Very sweet. We have another orange boy there. We can wait on him. Oh, gosh. Oh, here's a larger one. Oh, I love it. Yeah, let's do the chai tea with the cinnamon sticks or the apple cider, whatever it is. It looks great and inviting and kind of fun. And we'll put it a little bit on an angle there. So I have these 2. Did I want another? Well, I have this circle there. Do I want any more of these circles? Maybe this one. Whoops. So this year, 2025, I made a commitment to purchasing more from smaller makers, which I have done. And so now I'm looking and thinking about how I'm going to do this next year. I think this subscription runs out in January or February, something like that. But it's not that I don't want to continue it. I'm just wondering, do I want to try another maker or do I want to, I don't know. I signed up for Simply Gilded again because I couldn't resist. So I signed up for them. Oh gosh, when? I don't even know when. It doesn't matter, but I did. And I feel like I'm going to keep going with that one. I'm already debating what I'm doing next year, even planner wise, how I'm going to set things up. I picked up a few things. Do I like them? Do I not like them? Do I want to change them? Spoiler alert, I'm not sure that I do, but I'm just saying, I'm already thinking. I picked up a few bargain things. Some I like, some I'm less keen on. This looks really cute. I do think I could even add a little bit more, but not too much more. Or should I not add more? I don't want it to be, let me see. Oh, this one's pretty full. For me, it's pretty full. This one, just a few more leaves maybe. What do you think? A few more leaves, just a few more. Anyway, so I am already debating what do I want to use for next year? How do I want to do this? Like, you know, just different thoughts that I have about it. And spoiler alert, I am not entirely sure what the heck I'm doing yet. But that's okay, isn't it? It's okay. I don't have to be totally sure yet. But it's something, you know, I know a lot of 2026 planners have been released. Okay, so now I want to think a moment about planning, and I have to look at the calendar real quick. Okay, so I think the deco is done. I went and grabbed some of these as tip-ins to put my little things matter list on. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. This has a little, wasn't cut properly, it doesn't matter. You can use a punch, and then you'll just tip it in. It's just a little tip in. You can put it there, put it here, wherever it's going to work. But on the other side, we'll add in our little things matter. And then for this one, I thought this would be good, right? So things that I have on hand that I haven't been using, that's my whole idea, friends, is that adding in. And yeah, there we go. Now, because this is patterned, I may add a little paper on it just to do that, but we'll get to that as we get to that. So I always use my medium 0.7, I think it is, tip. So what I like to do is I start at the end of the week and I work my way backwards. And I do that for several reasons. Yeah. Family time. We're going to have a large family dinner together. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to cook, and then I need to plan next week, which we're not going to fill the planner in for the second week. I don't like to plan that far in advance. It never works right. This Saturday, I have a yoga class that I'm going to participate in, which is huge for me because I generally exercise at home. I don't want to be around anyone. I don't want anyone to see me. And I just feel like this is an opportunity, new community, and if I make a fool of myself, well, you know what? I will live. And then the rest of the day I'm going to crafty fun. And we're going to the movies that night. And that I'm very excited about. Okay, so again, I work my way backwards. Okay, so I added in laundry here. I also added in, I have a small grocery run I know I'll do. I have just a few things for the weekend. I'm going to do some sewing on Friday, at least cutting out. It's a project I've added to this channel. It's exciting and nerve-wracking. I'm making soup, but again, with the idea of moving things forward, I'm going to freeze half of it. So let me see the rest of this week. Okay, so I just got the rest of it done. So Monday is usually catch-up day, emails, bills. The non-fun stuff goes on Monday. Some phone calls on Tuesday, pasta for dinner. I don't always put the dinner in here, but that's a special one, so I figured I'd better put that in there. Going to be cleaning all day. Well, in the morning before I get to work, I'll be cleaning, and then later after. And then library, lunch out, hopefully with my son. Steve is off, and then we have menu planning. Now, to do this, I almost wonder, I have so many different pocket planner inserts, so I think I'm just going to do this, kind of cut it, and yeah, just put it in for my little things matter list. Why not? It doesn't even have to be the whole thing. I just figure if I can cut it down at least a little bit, yeah, something like that, that works. So we'll just cut on that line there. We'll adhere it. My cutting isn't always straight. Oh well. It's okay. All right. In fact, I'm going to straighten this out a little bit. We'll make it even a little shorter. And then I'll show you what I mean by the little things matter. So just grab whatever. I mean, you don't have to use a fancy card by any means. You can use whatever you've got on hand. You can use paper. You know what? I'm going to trim this a little bit more. Side looks a little wonky. So let's get into the habit of this though, and being kind to ourselves. Don't you love this? This is from SEW Much Crafting. I can link them below. She has all different pouches and so forth. And yeah, so let's just do this. And we're going to add it right here. That works. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I am going to use a marker because I can, and maybe I feel like being a little fancy. Little things matter. And so what are we going to do? Okay. Well, just looking at this, I am having lunch out, so that's a treat. Lunch out. It can be low cost or no cost. Definitely library time. I love my libraries. I always have. I've always been a nerd. I'm okay with that. I'm going to treat myself to tea out. You know what I can do that I never do? I can block off a little time between work and home stuff is daytime reading. That's a treat. Yeah, so a lot of book stuff here, but those will be daytime reading. When do we ever have time to read during the day, right? Some people do, some people don't. I generally don't. So that's for that one. And we'll wait till I plan next week to come up with some ideas for there. What do you think, friends? I think it looks good. The only thing I didn't do that I would like to do is to add in like a folder or something fall-esque, but you know, I'm doing my best, but I'm not there yet today, and that's okay. I didn't use this at all for August because I knew my mother was going to pass, and I just didn't have the time or the bandwidth to do it. But September, I came back, and same in October, and I like it. I like it. It's pretty and practical. Try a Little Things Matter list, friends. Anything you want. Going for walks outside, self-care, whatever brings you a little bit of joy in a day, please do. And I like the way this color scheme fits in together. Same. Well, this is more orangey than yellow, but so what? This picks up that. It's cute. It looks good. And let me see. Then we have 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. So there's only 2 more weeks. No, wait. There are 3 weeks. I thought so. Okay. All right, friends. Oh, and let me just show you if you're new. So I created a staples list for my kitchen: produce, meat and seafood, pantry, dairy, baking, because I love to bake, household items. Here, I haven't done my meal planning yet for the week, so I'll have to do that. But I use half notes. You can get these at the Happy Planner website. These categories I found on Canva. It was a regular sheet that I printed and cut. And this paper is just Simple Stories paper that I had on hand, and some stickers. One of those sticker books you think you'll use and you never do. The Happy Planner food sticker book from years ago. That's what those are. And back here I have my little to-do list, which I use all the time. And I haven't been updating this. It's just one of the many things that have fallen by the wayside, so I need to get back to that. And here I have my notes. All right, friends, we are good. We're really good. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time with me. Let's make October as lovely as we can. We will be organized. We will be as happy as we can be. And let's work on being kind to ourselves, but also getting ready for the onslaught with the holidays. Thanks again for being here. Happy planning for you, and have a blessed, wonderful weekend. Bye now, planner friends.